My name is James Medhurst, and I'm creator and director at Enduosports.
So, thank you very much for joining us today, James. My first question is, could you provide an overview of your career journey that ultimately led to you creating Enduosports, along with a brief description and history of the actual business?
Yeah, absolutely. So my background is I've been working in the health and fitness industry for 20 years now. The vast majority of that is training private clients in the Southwest London area, which has been amazing, meeting amazing people from all different sorts of backgrounds. I've always been massively sporty myself. Started off really combat sports as a kid, rugby, athletics, and then as I got older and a bit more bashed up, I got into endurance sports. So triathlon, open water swimming, cycling, trail running, calisthenics, anything to keep myself fit and outdoors. I really always have felt the benefits of being outdoors. I train the vast majority of my clients outdoors whenever we can. So I think there's huge benefits to that. Nutrition, which all my clients will tell you, has always been a massive thing for me. Okay, I truly believe that you cannot out-train a bad diet. So nutrition is at the core of everything I teach. Ultimately, keeping processed foods out of your menu. So I was brought up, three brothers, we're in a big family. We weren't given junk food as kids, which I have to thank my parents for. My mum's amazing, she's an amazing cook. We always had large meals and an overflowing fruit bowl to kind of dig into. And as kids, you don't need sports supplements, you don't need sweets, you just eat before your sport, eat after your sport. But as an adult, getting into endurance sports, I started training and competing in obstacle course racing, and then triathlon, and ultimately into the half Ironman distance triathlons, which is an extended triathlon essentially, from around 6 hours onwards. If you're super fast, it'd be less. And so it was quite apparent that I needed to eat during these events. And what I saw on the market just didn't gel with what I was teaching my clients and my ethos. A lot of sugar-based energy supplements, flapjack style meal bars or gels. And I had tried them before. I tried them at an OCR event, and having not being a person who eats a lot of sugar, they hit me pretty hard, and I felt terrible. I finished this race and I felt hungover. It's odd, so I was kind of shaking and all over the place, didn't feel great at all, certainly didn't enjoy my event, which was, the whole point of doing the event is to enjoy it, right? And getting fit is just a side effect of the enjoyment. So from there, I kind of thought, right, I'm gonna start putting my own things together. And the obvious choice was sort of nut butters and dried fruits, things like that were high energy and easy to carry, put together. They're never going to taste bad because they're all very nice tasting. But I realized quite quickly that although they were definitely filling a hole and high calorie, they didn't actually increase my performance. They didn't make me feel like I could push harder, which I guess when I was training at that level, I wanted to look for some sort of help, performance increases. So I simplified the formula right down to what I thought was the best source of carbohydrate, which was highly nutritious but also very easily absorbed by the body, and as a combination of that with a plant-based fat that I felt was also a fantastic source of fuel that the body could use, and had its own health benefits as well. So once I had got those sort of two things together, I played around with what works and creating the right formula, did a lot of testing, a lot of running, a lot of cycling, a lot of swimming, and then I started testing it on my clients, and I do triathlon and events with them, and really they were the ones that said, yeah, you've got something here, you need to start selling it. So that was kind of the big step forward. And that was back in 2018, 2019. So then I started really kind of looking at how I could turn this into a business.
And when was that actually? When did you first form?
So I created the product for myself actually way back in kind of 2015, but selfishly just used it for my own events. And then as I was training clients, and I guess I just talked about it a lot more. And I'm always, as I said, I'm always hammering home, that they don't need to be taking the things that are heavily marketed that we all need to take, apparently. So to have some sort of proof and say, okay, guys, well, look, you can try what I'm taking, kind of took a bit of time. And and then the development stage as well was quite big. So that was back in sort of 2018. COVID obviously didn't help because it kind of put a halt to a lot of the things that we're going through, which we can talk about a bit later. So COVID was a bit of a pain, but it was for everybody.
What challenges or problems did you face when you created Enduosports, and what advice would you give to someone who is looking to enter the food industry themselves?
So absolutely. Obviously completely new to me. As a PT and a coach, I kind of do the work, I get paid. I do the work, I get paid. Creating a product and then everything around that product, the marketing, the branding, the shelf life, the legal stuff behind it, all of that stuff was so new to me. And as good as YouTube is, and you learn a lot. It's never going to be as good as one-to-one and talking to an expert. And my advice would be that you can waste a lot of money speaking to consultants because there's so much you need to learn. And the thing that really helped me and literally got me here today was hooking up with my local universities. So when I was in London, we moved out of London just before lockdown. I'm from Kent originally, but we've lived in London for over 10 years. And local university, London South Bank University, I pinged their sports scientist an email just to kind of say, hi, how you doing? I've created this product. I'm a PT and I know a bit, but I'm definitely not a sports scientist. So it'd be great to get your view on it, And I said, I'm more than happy to pay for your time. This lovely lady was like, no, come in. This sounds amazing. Just we'll have a cup of coffee. Tell me about it. And I came in, and the sort of short story is they enrolled me on a food innovation scheme that they were running for food entrepreneurs. And I won the top spot for some grant funding. I guess because my product ticked a lot of boxes. It was plant-based, vegan. It could be tested for sports. So what started with just an inquiry email finished with a human sports study, which was amazing and revealed some fantastic results. We were tested against market leading gels. So any data would have been fantastic. But the data that we got, we are extremely happy with. So that was just one thing. Then moving out of London, out into Kent, I hooked in with Growing Kent and Medway, and that's Greenwich University, Canterbury University, and they are phenomenal. They have this vast network. Any food entrepreneurs can join. We had, cheese makers, wine makers, sauce makers, you name it, fermented foods, and we would all turn up. We've been enrolled on this course, and weekly we were getting one-to-one with industry experts. We were getting Zoom calls with people that had been in this industry for years, just giving the best advice, and also connecting with other people and hooking up. It's fantastic. So those guys, the amount of money saved there was just huge to push me forwards on what's been a sort of self-funded trip. And And then I'd have to give kudos to Innovate UK as well. They're another massive enterprise, I guess, there to help all businesses, not just the food industry. And they actually helped me get a grant to do my shelf life testing, again, which is something that needs to be done and quite costly. So my advice would be, hook into local universities, or you can even probably go through government websites and have a look what's about. But there is a lot of help out there, and there's also a lot of experts that have done well in their field and are keen to help you through these paths. So yeah, I probably wouldn't be here. I'd still be taking it myself and giving it to clients. So I'm very grateful.
What would you attribute as the actual main reason for your business's success?
I think everyone is eating more healthily, or they're eager to. They're hungry, to eat better. They're all turning, you go to the supermarkets now and people are pulling stuff off the shelf and they're reading it for 5 minutes before they put it in their basket or they put it back. So everyone is educating themselves. It started with fast food. I always use this as an example. Everyone remembers the fast food documentary where the guy ate a fast food, I don't know if I can say it, for 30 days, and he was like, he was going to die, and his heart rate and his bloods and everything was all over the place. But it was fantastic because it really outlined and exposed the industry for what it is. And on the outside, it's warm, cheap, tasty looking food, but on the inside, it's wreaking havoc with us. We're generally not supposed to eat food that's been created like that. We're supposed to eat things that have been grown from the ground. So I think that paved the way, and really changed everyone's thought processes from fast food being quick and easy to actually fast food being dangerous and very unhealthy. And I think that it's time, and I think the time is now that that's happening in the sports nutrition industry as well. And for years people have been guzzling back essentially highly, I think they class it as even ultra processed foods now, just to get over the line. And if you're a sort of Tour de France guy going for gold, then if that's what you feel you need to get over the line, then do it. But that's not even 1% of the population. 99% of people are just enjoying sport, weekend warriors, training to keep fit, to stay healthy, to feel good and look good. And you cannot do that with ultra processed foods. Going back to, you can't out-train a bad diet. So I think it's time, and even with COVID, I think it gave people more time to train. You're at home, you're stuck at home, you're now working through a computer. It was obvious, that we needed to do more with our nutrition, with our movement, with our just sort of daily care routine. So I think it's been I don't know, everything seems to flow in the right direction when you want it to, I guess, and it seems to be flowing in the right direction. So and I believe in it, and I think everyone knows deep down, when you speak to people, when I talk to people about the sports nutrition at events that's on the market, everyone kind of goes, I take them, but they don't do me any good, and it's owing and ahhing, and I was like, okay, cool, but here's an alternative that's going to prioritize your health and increase your performance. So I think people are ready, and it makes them ready to listen as well. So we launched at a cycle show, a big cycle show in London, and we're at another cycle show in Birmingham. It's absolutely fantastic show. Vast array of different people, road cycling, BMXing, mountain biking, gravel biking, so you get that chance to talk to people there, and and people were fascinated. A lot of people were kind of all over it anyway. You know, they're like, oh, this is the sort of thing I've been looking for. Other people needed a bit of persuasion, which really isn't difficult. Now there's so much data on processed foods and the damage they do. It just isn't worth any gains that you think you might be getting. So it kind of spoke for itself, really, I think.
Obviously, the reason you are here today and the reason for your success is I think we've actually been awarded with the Innovative Food Product for 2023, as well as a finalist for Best Health and Nutrition Product. So since there it is there it is behind you, fantastic. I was gonna say, since winning the award, I think it's a bit too early to say, but how has that affected your business both internally and externally? Have you seen those kind of effects yet?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of the stuff we do is on Instagram. Social media is something that I need to get a lot better at, and as we grow, hopefully I'll be able to have someone help me with that. But at the moment, Instagram is our kind of only real page. A little bit LinkedIn, but yeah, just posting. Even the shortlisting badge was fantastic. We got some great response from that, and then of course, you know, when we won, amazing. So we posted the winning badge out, and just got loads of great feedback from our customers that we have already, but also a lot more new inquiries, and consequently more interest from retailers, which is fantastic, and distributors, which is ultimately kind of where we're headed. At the moment, we sell off a Shopify store, and it's made in a very small batch, commercial kitchen. So obviously, we're looking to go big and to get it out there. So already it's been fantastic. Yeah.
As an award winner and finalist, would you recommend Business Awards UK to other businesses?
Yeah, definitely. I would. It can only bolster and help, you know, where you're trying to get to, where you're trying to go. You know, people do tend to stop and look when they see an award or a medal or a badge, and I think just for myself as well, motivating, you know, when you're a sole trader, as it were, you know, and it's quite, sometimes it can be tough. You know, I've got another job that pays the bills, so it can be easy to lose focus and do your work, and obviously winning something like this, especially when, you know, you've got a panel of judges that you know, they've never heard of Enduo before, so they've gone on everything that I've given them, and on their own research, and they believe that it's just, you know, so yeah, hat off to those guys for seeing the potential in it, and the potential for growth and to change and to educate people, and offer a good solution to quite a big problem. But yeah, I think it's brilliant.
Won the award this year. It's nearly the end of this year. What is the next big step for yourself, 2024, for Enduosports and yourself, James?
So the next big step is scaling up and looking to get into independent sports, cycling shops, health food shops. You know, the great thing about our product is it branches so many different disciplines. Whether you're hiking, trail running, obviously triathlon covers 3 different sports. We're very big, or getting bigger in the OCR, obstacle course racing field. So yeah, there's a lot of scope. So outdoor stores, independent cycle shops, and getting into bigger online marketplaces as well is fantastic. Through doing that can then open the doors potentially to Europe, North America, you know, worldwide. I'm always scouting products in different countries, and I feel like we're still ahead of the game. So I think hopefully we can broaden our horizons and get everyone on Enduo and fueling their adventure.
Honestly, that sounds like a big task, but I think you guys seem like you're going to be really up for the challenge. And yeah, I would love to see some enduro in all over the world. So yeah, fantastic. No, but brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us today, James. You've been an absolute delight.
That's a pleasure, mate. Thank you very much for your time.